There is a famous quote by philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre: "Man is born free, yet throughout life, he is bound by relationships, responsibilities, and societal expectations." So, why not embrace the freedom we have always longed for when we reach 60, when our children are grown, and our careers have come to a close? Society often associates old age with loneliness, but in reality, the truth is quite the opposite. Being single at 60 is not a loss. It is a golden opportunity to live life exactly as you desire. This is not the end. It is the beginning of a brand new chapter, the most radiant chapter of your life. Here are 10 amazing reasons why being single after 60 is truly a gift you should cherish. Before we begin, if you're enjoying content like this, don't forget to support our channel Senior Health Life by subscribing. Let's celebrate the beauty of aging together. 1. Freedom to discover yourself. Before turning 60, life is often dominated by responsibilities and pressures, leaving little time or mental space for deep self-exploration. Work, family, children, and social obligations demand so much of our time and energy that pausing to reflect on ourselves, our dreams, passions, and core values can feel impossible. We get caught up in the whirlwind of daily life and forget to listen to our inner voice. As we cross the threshold of 60, many realize they have missed numerous opportunities for self-discovery. However, this stage of life offers the perfect chance to start anew. With fewer family and work obligations, we now have the time and mental clarity to focus on understanding ourselves. It is an opportunity to slow down, listen inwardly, and explore deeper aspects of life. One effective way to embark on this journey is journaling. Set aside time each day to write about your experiences, dreams, and fears. Through writing, you may gain new insights about yourself and uncover hidden thoughts and emotions. Don't be afraid to try new things, whether it's a new hobby, a sport, or a skill you've always wanted to learn. These fresh experiences will reveal new facets of your personality and may even transform the way you see life. Ask yourself meaningful questions like, what do I truly want in life? What makes me happy? Have I been living authentically? These questions will stimulate deep reflection and guide you toward a richer understanding of yourself. Self-discovery is not just about understanding who you are. It is a meaningful journey that leads to a more fulfilling and joyful life. Age may advance, but in many ways, life truly begins when you start embracing and loving yourself. 2. Financial freedom, no compromises. Financial freedom is one of the key factors that allow people to live a fulfilling and happy life. However, financial circumstances vary across different life stages, especially before and after turning 60, particularly in relation to marital status. Before 60, many people are married or living with a partner, meaning financial responsibilities are often shared. This period is typically marked by large expenses, such as buying a home, raising children, and funding their education. These financial burdens can lead to stress and make money management challenging. Disagreements often arise if one spouse prefers saving, while the other leans towards spending. Upon reaching 60, significant changes may occur, whether due to the loss of a spouse or the end of an unhappy marriage. While this transition can be challenging, it also presents an opportunity. The chance to take full control of your finances without having to compromise with anyone. You can make financial decisions based solely on your desires and needs, free from external pressure. This autonomy opens up creative ways to use your money, especially on personal experiences that bring joy and fulfillment. Financial independence also enables people to explore new and exciting opportunities they may have missed before, including starting a business or pursuing long-held dreams. 3. Emotional peace. Mrs. Sophia, 65 years old, had been in a marriage that lasted over 40 years. She dedicated her entire life to her husband and children, taking care of every meal, every night's sleep, and every penny saved. However, in return, her marriage was filled with tension, endless arguments, and silent wounds she endured just to keep the family together for the sake of her children. People often say, at this age, why bother getting divorced? After so many years together, You must be used to it. But Sophia realized that being used to something does not mean being happy. After her children grew up and started their own families, she made the brave decision to live alone. At first, being single felt unfamiliar, and there were moments of loneliness. But gradually, she began to experience a peace she had never known before. There were no more exhausting nights of conflict, no more anxiety about meeting someone else's expectations, and no more pressure to live according to another person's needs. Family life does not always bring happiness. Living alone does not mean loneliness. It is an opportunity to rediscover yourself, to enjoy the quiet and the serenity you truly deserve. 4. Spending time on meaningful relationships. Making new connections. Mr. Sam, 70 years old, was once a highly successful businessman. He spent his entire life immersed in work, dedicating his time to building his career and providing for his family. But as he grew older, he realized he had very few true friends. Most of his interactions had been with business partners, centered around deals and financial interests rather than genuine companionship. After his wife passed away, Mr. Sam found himself living alone in a large but empty house. He tried reaching out to a few old acquaintances, but most were either too busy with their own lives or simply exchanged polite pleasantries before fading away. One day, while taking a walk in the park, he unexpectedly ran into Mr. Harry, a college friend he had not seen in 50 years. They sat down at a nearby cafe, reminiscing about the good old days, their youthful adventures, their shared dreams, and the times they laughed until their stomachs hurt. That encounter made Mr. Sam realize that happiness is not about the number of friends you have, but the depth and sincerity of those connections. He started joining senior clubs, playing chess with new friends, and even signed up for a painting class, something he had once loved but never had time for. With meaningful companionship, he no longer felt lonely. Instead, he cherished every moment spent with people who truly understood and cared about him. Spending time on meaningful relationships helps you recognize that true happiness comes not from quantity but from the quality of the people around you. You can also join social groups, engage in volunteer work, or enroll in new classes to expand your social circle beyond a fixed relationship. Even at 60 or 70 years old, it's never too late to form deep, genuine friendships. 5. Living a healthy lifestyle. Mrs. Selena, 68 years old, was a devoted woman who spent her life taking care of her family. When she was younger, she always prioritized her husband's and children's meals over her own. She often ate simple leftovers or skipped meals altogether to save money. Her busy life left her with little time to exercise or focus on her own well-being. After her husband passed away and her children moved away, Mrs. Selena suddenly noticed her body showing signs of aging, joint pain, high blood pressure, insomnia, and fatigue. One day, she stumbled upon an article discussing the impact of nutrition and exercise on senior health. It was a wake-up call. She realized it was never too late to change her lifestyle. From that moment on, she embarked on a new journey, one dedicated to self-care. She signed up for yoga classes in her neighborhood and adopted a nutritious diet rich in vegetables. Over time, she found joy in life again, and her joint pain, sleep issues, and fatigue improved significantly. Being in a relationship can sometimes mean adopting your partner's habits, eating according to their preferences, following an irregular schedule, or dealing with long-term stress due to relationship pressures. However, when you're single, you have full control over your lifestyle. You can choose a diet that benefits your health, exercise according to your personal schedule, and avoid unhealthy habits influenced by others. After 60, digestion, metabolism, and nutrient absorption decline, making it crucial to choose the right foods. Seniors should prioritize fiber-rich foods, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, calcium, and antioxidants. Additionally, maintaining healthy habits like walking for 30 minutes daily, practicing yoga or meditation, staying hydrated, and keeping a positive mindset can greatly enhance overall well-being. 6. Time for yourself. Divided into different stages. Youthful years filled with dreams and ambitions. middle age packed with responsibilities for family and career. And then, after 60, life begins to slow down. One of the greatest gifts of aging is peace. No more work-related noise, no more household chaos. You finally have the freedom to relax however you want. Enjoy a quiet morning with a cup of tea. Spend an afternoon reading under the shade of a tree, or simply bask in the serenity of your own space without interruptions. Reading is one of the best ways to enjoy your time alone. You can choose any genre you love: novels, self-help books, history, philosophy, or anything that soothes your soul. Here are some great book recommendations for seniors. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Healthy at 100 by John Robbins, Never Be Lied to Again by David J. Lieberman. If you would like to review any book, or if you have read any of the books that mentioned above, please leave a comment to let Brilliant Golden Years know. Another fantastic way to spend your time is gardening, which is not just a hobby, but also a therapeutic activity that brings joy and relaxation. Caring for plants, growing flowers, and harvesting vegetables create a deep connection with nature and a sense of fulfillment. A friend of mine, John, 70 years old, started a small garden after retirement. He planted roses, organic vegetables, and a few fruit trees in his backyard. Every day he waters his plants, trims the leaves, and enjoys watching them grow. He once told me, "I never thought I would love nature this much. Gardening makes my life feel so much more meaningful." And sometimes, doing nothing is also a joy. At 60 plus, you no longer have to chase deadlines or responsibilities. A perfect day can simply be lying on the couch, listening to your favorite music, gazing at the blue sky outside your window. 7. No pressure about aging. In a long-term marriage, whether happy or not, each person often feels the need to maintain a certain role or image. A wife may feel pressured to always look presentable. Even at home, fearing that if she ages, her spouse may no longer love or appreciate her as before. A husband may feel the constant need to be the strong pillar of the family, even when he is exhausted inside. Both partners might have to limit their personal hobbies because their spouse disapproves or does not share the same interest. These pressures can prevent people from truly being themselves. But when you are single, you no longer have to worry about pleasing anyone. You can age naturally, in the most comfortable and authentic way. There's no need to maintain a certain image or fit into someone else's expectations. Being single allows you to embrace aging gracefully on your own terms, with confidence and freedom. You can live at your own pace, enjoy what truly makes you happy, and be beautiful in your own unique way. 8. Living a simpler life. One of the biggest advantages of being single is that you don't need much to be happy. When living with a family, you might need a large house and plenty of belongings to accommodate everyone's needs. But when you live alone, you can simplify everything, downsizing to a cozy 50 square meter apartment, keeping only the essentials, reducing unnecessary clothes and possessions, and eliminating the stress of excessive shopping. This minimalist approach not only saves money but also brings mental peace. Fewer possessions mean less cleaning, less clutter, and more space for what truly matters, things that bring you joy. Living simply clears your mind, making life feel lighter and more peaceful. Another great aspect of living alone is freedom from external schedules. You can eat what you love without worrying about someone else's preferences. You can sleep and wake up whenever you like. You can arrange your living space exactly how you want without having to compromise with anyone. Take Mr. David, 72, for example. He once felt restricted by his wife's routine and overwhelmed by maintaining a large home with weekly yard work. After becoming single, he moved to an apartment near his daughter, where he could stay up late reading, sleep in, and eat whatever he liked without concern. "I've never felt this free before," he said. Simplicity is not about having less, it's about making space for what truly makes you happy. Being single doesn't mean being lonely or deprived. In fact, it's a chance to live a light, carefree, and worry-free life. When you simplify, you'll feel happier, freer, and more present in each moment. 9. Improving mental well-being. Less pressure means better mental health. Numerous studies have shown that single people tend to live longer and happier lives. Even without being in a marriage, older adults can still maintain and nurture other social relationships, such as friendships, family bonds, and connections with their community. These relationships are essential for maintaining mental health and a sense of well-being. Research from Harvard University indicates that the quality of social relationships has a significant impact on one's health and happiness. Therefore, seniors can engage in senior clubs, volunteer groups, or other community activities. Many clubs offer light physical activities like yoga, dancing, and walking, or hold classes that help older adults learn new things, such as technology skills. These activities not only help seniors maintain their physical health, but also contribute to their mental well-being, giving them a sense of excitement and showing them that life is still enjoyable and worth living. Living alone in older age not only reduces the pressure and stress associated with marital relationships, but also enhances independence, allowing seniors to focus on caring for their mental health. By maintaining meaningful social connections and pursuing personal interests, they can achieve a happy and fulfilling life. 10. Taking charge of modern life. The world is changing fast. When you're single, you have the freedom to adapt to new technologies and explore new lifestyles without being constrained by others' opinions. Happiness levels among older adults who use the internet are significantly higher compared to those who don't. Recent social studies have highlighted this. It's clear that seniors have more time and a strong desire to connect with friends and share stories from their lives. The conveniences provided by technology not only help reduce loneliness, but they also make life more exciting and meaningful. Today's older adults are taking selfies to share on social media, connecting and interacting with others, and sharing their life experiences on popular social apps like Facebook and YouTube. Additionally, they use smart apps to manage pensions, insurance, or even schedule medical appointments at healthcare facilities. Digital technology helps older adults shop online safely through popular apps like Amazon and TikTok, making the process easier and more reliable. For seniors, this is incredibly useful. However, it's also important for seniors to stay alert and cautious about online scams. Avoid connecting with strangers, and never share money or personal information with anyone they meet online. Living alone after 60 is not the end of the road, but a bridge to a new chapter, one of freedom, peace, and deep meaning. As Helen Keller once said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Enjoy every moment and live fully on your terms. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to Senior Health Life for inspiring stories on life, health, finances, and positive thinking for seniors. Thanks for watching.